Welcome to another session from LearnHowToReason.com. My name's Matt, and this is part 9 in our songwriting series in Reason. And since the last video, I had put in the guitar track with the nylon guitar refill sound, and I finished that up. And what I did was I went ahead and pretty much finished up this whole section. Part 2, I should say, discovery, and I'm going to go through you and go over all the things I did, and hopefully, share something that is something new to you or inspires you. So, what I did here is, you can see here I have some wave files here, and this part right here of part 2 is the chorus, and the song is it has an intro. It has a verse, and then it has your chorus and an outro, and that's all basically what it is. And so what I did for this part here is I went in and I cut up. Let's get in here a little closer. I went in and I just cut out these strumming parts right here, and let's just mute this section right here. We'll just or solos, I'm sorry, so you can hear it. And what I wanted to do was just kind of accent those main strums, and I wanted to add a little maybe an effect on these, so I put a little phaser on them. And if you go here to accents right here, you can see I have a little phaser on the accent. So, when I get into the mixing part, when I start mixing the whole song, we'll get into the exact phaser sound. I might change my mind. I don't know, but I do want to accent the guitar chords here. And we'll take care of it at that time. But now I'm just putting in, writing the or recording everything and getting the foundation of everything recorded. Later on, we mix and finalize compression, EQ, effects, fades, pans, and all that. Okay, so in listening to this, I thought the guitar needed to be a little wider. So what I did was I just duplicated the guitar track. It's total duplicate. But what I did was I pitched it up. I transposed it up 0.10. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you listen to it without doing that. And I need to go here and I need to pan this. I have this panned. These are all initial settings. I have some of the faders set here so you can hear everything otherwise. But as you know, I put everything back so it's right around 10. And that's when we get into mixing, you'll see what I do. I want everything to be right around 10 dB when I start mixing. So let's listen to this without the transpose. And listen to some of the picking here. So now let's transpose it up 10. And what it does is it adds in like this natural chorus effect. And if we get to the strumming part, it just kind of makes the guitars, by doubling these up, I find I have a wider guitar sound, because in this section I'm just going to have vocals, and the guitar, basically. Those are the two foundation instruments, the vocals and the guitar, and then some accenting and something a little some stuff to help out. But so I thought this would sound good, so I went for it and did it. And it's basically just trial and error. I just was, I tried 1%, I tried 1 over here, I tried 20, and I ended up with 0.10. I think sounds good. And even so, here, if we go into the mixer, if we go up to here and we take the right channel, which is the one that's up been transposed, and let's see what the invert the phase. You can add a different effects that way too. So let's check this out. See, when you add that in, it gives a little more mid-range. With the when you invert the phase, it kind of gives it a little, it edges up the mid-range a bit. And you can use the invert switch as an effect, believe it or not. So I'm going to keep it off for right now, but I was testing that, and I kind of thought it might be cool. Maybe down the road, when in the final mix, we might invert it. Okay, so now what I did here was with this, when you're listening to this, I wanted something more in here when this comes in. So what I did is I put in some clarinets, and I have them panned left and right in the stereo field, just to kind of, I don't know, I like it. It's just a refill right from the factory sound bank. And just see how it adds. Okay, so I mean, it's pretty simple. So I tried some strings, a flute, and I ended up liking the clarinet the best. And it's just testing. And so then I put in my vocals, and let's go in here, and we'll go. So we have a verse vocal right here, and we can get this smaller so you can see the whole song here. Let's see here. So we have a verse vocal, and what I wanted to do was go into the vocal with just a single vocal, and then I accented, I recorded in another. What I did was I just recorded in one, loop this, kept looping it and singing it over and over and over, and took out and comped out the best performance to make one good one. And then out of my many comps, I took out 2 of these so I can have a backup vocal just for this part. So check it out. Oh, it helps if we unmute it, right? There we go. So here we go with just this part and just the vocal. And again, when you do vocals, very important to warm up and, of course, sing to a click track. Extremely important. Gathered all I know from the years I have lived. Inwardly I wander through the garden of my mind, looking over this land that will become me in time. I have learned I am the master of my mind. So see how the song's progressing, we have an intro, then we start singing, and then you could almost consider this a pre-chorus with just by adding this backup vocal right here. It's like a pre-chorus, because now we come in with the chorus, and let me see here. I guess we can just on solo everything now. And now the verse, or I'm sorry, the chorus, I did the same thing. I recorded it and looped it and then comped out the best two. So this isn't the same. These are two totally different performances, but that's what I like about the comp editor and loop recording your phrases instead of recording it and then listening back. I mean, sometimes it might be helpful if you're listening back to a vocal and then singing to it. You know, that has its pros and cons, of course. I like to just do it this way, and I can instantly have 2, 3, 4, 5 backup vocals very easily doing loop recording and then using the comp editor. So here we go with, you know, like I'm saying here, it's almost like a pre-chorus, just adding one little backup vocal for this last phrase. Looking over this land that will become me in time, I have learned I am the master of my mind. Free will is true, the things that I do. Inwardly I become the man that I am. So that's it. I just doubled these up, you know, repeated that. But they are, you can see they add like a natural chorus effect. And for my vocals, all I did was put in I put in a Neptune and just pretty much left it I put it on the wide vibrato, and you know, not too much. I don't need to do too much, because if you warm up and you warm up to the notes that you're going to be singing to, you get warm and you know those notes, and you sing it on time, the less work you're going to have to do. Can't stress it enough. And so after that, then we just come out of here and we go right into our outro. And that I am. And what I'll be doing here is fading this out and then going right into a fade in part 3, which we'll be, you know, getting into in the next video. But, I mean, pretty much that's all that's going on here. It's a very simple part. You just have some, you know, basically the main guitar part, and then we have some, we accent the chorus, you know, put in some clarinet, and put in our vocals, you know. And when we get to mixing and everything, we'll get it all sounding right, you know. You can't really go by the mix of it right now. It's just a very fundamental, you know. I got some reverbs going and stuff, but you know, EQing and everything and compression, it changes everything. But so that's where we're at here on our songwriting series, and I'm looking forward to part 3, because in part 3 what we're going to do is we're going to be getting into electric guitar, bass guitar, drums, and I'm going to be using the Alt 2 drum refill from Propellerhead and using the Beatles kit. Wow, that thing sounds awesome. And what we'll be doing is showing, you know, I'm going to be using my E kit. So I'm going to be drumming with triggers, not with a keyboard, and we're going to go, you know, we're going to go through that step by step and hopefully teach some people some new things. And I'm looking forward to that. So this was a pretty short video, just an update on this, you know, finishing up part 2, Discovery. And I like everything so far. Very simple. We have our transition with our water, which I really like, in the birds. And you know, we're building this, painting a picture. is what the way I look at it. So I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and you guys take care. Gathered all I know from the years I have lived. Inwardly I wander through the garden of my mind.